Do you know that texting while driving is more dangerous than drunk driving? Today, most people own cell phones and other things that can distract them while driving. I chose this topic because texting and driving incident has impacted my family. We can stop texting and driving by simply sending an X before we drive to indicate that we will be driving and won't respond for a while. This campaign is called the It Can Wait campaign, hosted by AT&T. I will discuss statistics, laws, and a story to help persuade you to stop texting and driving. Most of us have done it, even though we are told not to. We often think to ourselves, how bad can it really be? When sending or receiving a text message, the eyes are off the road for a minimum of 5 seconds. If you are driving a car traveling 55 to 60 miles an hour, 5 seconds can get you a length of a football field. Animals can jump out in front of you, you can swerve into other people's lanes, or other people can swerve into your lanes just in that 5 seconds. According to Edgar Snyder and Associates Statistics on Texting and Driving, 94% of teens call texting and driving a serious threat, but 35% admit to doing it every day. 77% of young adults are very confident that they can text safely while driving. Another 55% say texting and driving is very easy. Teens that text and drive spend 10% of their driving not in their lane. To try and decrease accidents and injuries, the government has made laws for texting and driving. According to Peter Jacobson's Reducing Distracted Driving article, in 2007, 34 states have enacted distracted driving laws. However, some states have more lenient laws. Mississippi only bans cell phone use for people with learner's permits. Missouri only bans cell phone use for drivers under 21. Oklahoma bans cell phone use for people with learner's permits, bus drivers, and public transit drivers. And Texas bans the use of cell phones to bus drivers when only carrying passengers under 17 and younger, intermediate license holders, and people passing through a school zone. Like the laws vary from state to state, so do the penalties when caught texting and driving. Fines can be anywhere from $20 to $500, and you could be charged with a misdemeanor or even put in jail. On top of your legal charges, you can also be required to take a driving safety course, get points on your driving record, suspension of your license, and vehicle impoundment. My last point is what I am hoping to persuade you with the most. Liz Marks was only 17 when texting and driving crash had changed her life forever. She was a pretty and popular girl in high school before the accident. She had been reading a text message from her mom when she hit a tow truck that pulled out in front of her. She was immediately airlifted to Baltimore Hospital with serious brain injuries. When a bone had broken in her ear, it had severed her eardrum and left her hard of hearing. She became blind in one eye, and she no longer had a sense of smell. Apart from changing her appearance and losing her senses, she is no longer able to create tears or fall asleep naturally. She has to be put on medication every night before she goes to sleep. The worst part of it is that she says her friends were only there for her for the beginning, but later left her because of her disabilities. Liz and her mom want to inform everyone about the consequences of texting and driving and how it's just not worth it, and it can change your life forever. As discussed, there are many consequences to texting and driving. It may not seem like a big deal, but when you hit someone or are in a serious crash, you'll regret it. Even though technology is advancing and car companies are putting hands-free cell phone devices into the car system, the only way to ensure safety is to put down the phone and keep your eyes on the road. We can stop texting and driving by sending an X to pause the conversation before you drive. Now that I have covered the statistics, laws, and the life-changing story of Liz, I hope it has persuaded some of you to stop texting and driving. No text is worth a life.